Hello, and thank you very much for tuning in to my YouTube channel again. Much appreciated. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed, whether it be existing subscribers, new subscribers, people that have commented, liked, and hopefully enjoyed the films I'm making. This is part 6 of our journey from Yelvertoft in the Midlands to London. We are starting at Marsworth and heading up the final 7 locks of the Marsworth flight to the summit pound of the Grand Union Canal at Tring. The junction there with the Wendover arm is called Bulbourne Junction, and I'm going to take you back in time when we get there to 1964, only briefly, but in 1964 a film was made called The Bargee, starring such characters as Harry H. Corbett and Ronnie Barker and Hugh Griffith, not to forget Eric Sykes and Julia Foster. At the top of the flight of locks, we'll turn right down the Wendover arm, visit the Wendover arm, we'll come back then to the Grand Union Canal and head off in the direction of London. So please enjoy the film, sit back, and thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the scenery. So we're just setting off from our mooring at Marsworth. It's about 9:18 when we set off. Lovely place to stop the night, as is a lot of the Grand Union Canal. Very, very scenic, all the way down to London. Lovely thatched roof there on that house, and I'm going to turn the camera to the left again so you can see where the Red Lion pub is that we visited the previous evening. We just had a pint of beer there. Now we're going to come up very shortly to the junction with the Aylesbury arm of the Grand Union Canal. We're not going to go down the Aylesbury arm. Again, I wish we had done. It would have been interesting, but we carried on, and hopefully we can go down that arm another day. So the arm's just coming up on the right hand side. Nice old crane there. So this is the Aylesbury arm going off on the right here. That's the top lock. This is where we are on the Nicholson Guide, just passing the start of the Aylesbury arm. The arm goes down to Aylesbury. The Aylesbury arm is about 6.25 miles long and has 15 locks. So if we'd gone down there, it would have been 15 locks down and 15 locks back up. That brief view just on the right a second or two ago was of a disused pub. You can see it again now in the picture as we're just passing the Bluebell tea rooms. My wife is very fond of tea rooms, and so we moored up about 9:30, and I went for a walk with the dogs and she went to Bluebell tea rooms. That's one of the Tring reservoirs there. I think it's called Marsworth Reservoir. Just giving a circular view round of the scenery. And I'll let you read the notice board about the Tring reservoirs. So we have another 6 locks to go. That's locks 40 to 45, which is the top lock at Bulbourne Junction. We were lucky, we met up with another boat here and we're able to share the 6 locks together right to the summit. Interesting boat towing a very small butty. The engine on our boat was built in 1964 and will soon be coming up to the top lock at Bulbourne Junction. This is the top lock now, lock 45, with a dry dock on the left hand side in the building there. So I'm just going to take us back in time a little bit, back to 1964. That's when the film The Bargee was made, and that's the lock cottage that they used in the film. That's the Wendover Arm, just going off to the right underneath the bridge there. So leaving Marsworth top lock, we decided we'd cruise the Wendover Arm. It has no locks on it and it's not navigable right to the end as it was when it was built. It goes just to an area which is marked on the map as Little Tring. So that's looking down the canal where we'll go after we've been down the Wendover Arm. That's the Wendover Arm as it was in the film The Bargee, and this is the Wendover Arm in 2019. The Wendover Arm is quite narrow. We did meet some other boats on our journey down it, but not many. Only a couple or so. starts off quite rural, then passes some houses before this bridge number 2, and then it goes past a factory, Tring Flour Mill at New Mill. A little bit noisy as we went past it. Then after we'd passed the flour mill, we passed the end of some gardens, and then we're back into the countryside again, and you can see it looks very narrow in the film there. That was an old stop lock. And this is bridge number 3. After that we go round a bend, and that's as far as you can go at the present time. The arm is widened out here so you can turn the boat round quite easily. So we turned the boat around, moored up for a short while. I went for a little walk with the dogs before we set off back down the Wendover Arm again. There's a plaque here stating that this length of canal was restored in 2004. The restoration continues. Now this on the left is Tringford Pumping Station. It has another reservoir behind it called Tringford Reservoir, again supplying the Grand Union Canal. And this bird that was hovering looking for food I thought was so beautiful, so I decided to show you it again in slow motion. Very skillful how it's flying there looking for food. I think it's fish it's going for. So we've nearly got to the bottom of the Wendover Arm again. That's bridge number 1 with the main line of the Grand Union. So we turned right at the junction and headed on down the Grand Union, only a short distance. We're now passing the Bulbourne, what were British Waterways and then Canal and River Trust workshop. I think they made lock gates there. Past the Grand Junction pub. It's being redeveloped, is this site here. All looked a bit forlorn when we went past it. Very sad to see it not as a working yard anymore. And we stopped the night just after bridge 133. The next morning we set off and made our way along the Summit Pound towards the top of the locks, which will take us all the way downhill to London. The first lock being Cow Roast Lock, with Cow Roast Marina on the Summit Pound just above the lock. I found this Summit Pound to be quite overgrown, and I hope you can sit back and soak in the scenery as we pass along it. So we're near the end of the Summit Pound, and will soon be coming up to Cow Roast Lock. I'm going to end the film here. I would like to say thank you so much for watching the film. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you can come back again and enjoy the rest of this series of our travels down to London. And thank you very much for subscribing. Please hit the notification bell. Cheerio for now.